Hi, Dr. Todd Sullivan from Nova Chiropractic and Acupuncture. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Ache-Away Cupper. So the Ache-Away Cupper is a recovery tool that combines dynamic cupping, red light therapy, and smart massage in one device. In my office, we use cupping therapy to help relieve pain and improve function. We use a variety of cups in our treatment therapy. This product interests me for a few different reasons. It combines the traditional cupping with red light therapy and like a smart massage cupping motion with the device. This is very important because it combines two different treatments in one device. Adding red light therapy to the cupping process helps the tissue recover faster and improve our results. So this is what the Ache-Away Cupper looks like. It has the electronic module on top, and then it comes with 3 separate cup sizes, which is nice. So if you're working on a different area, you can apply the right cup for the right spot. It weighs less than ½ a pound. It has 5 watts of power. It has a 3-hour battery life, and it takes about 2.5 hours to charge it up. And it has a suction intensity of 60 kPa. Now I'm going to demonstrate how to use the Ache-Away Cupper. To use the Ache-Away Cupper, what we're going to do is we're going to first find where we want to place the cup. We're going to set it on the area, and then we're going to turn the device on. And you'll hear it turn on. And then what you're hearing is you're hearing the suction from the cup, okay? And there is a button here that you press, and that can control the intensity of the suction. So we can hit it more and then less, and then you just go up. I usually keep it at level 1 or 2 because it's pretty intense suction, so that's a really good amount for most patients. Then there's also a button here labeled M, and that's for the mode of the massage. You can control the amount of massage and the different type of pattern of massage. There's also a button on here labeled with a light bulb, and that will basically turn on or off the red light therapy. So if you want it off for some reason, you would just hit that button or you turn it back on. I always typically leave it on because I want that additional red light therapy. And that's it. You can control everything right from the top of the cup here itself. But what's also great about the Ache-Away Cupper is it also pairs up with an app. So you can download an app onto your iPhone, and then you can control all the different settings right from your app. And that's important for a couple different reasons. At home use, if you're putting it on your back or a certain area where you can't reach it, it's often difficult to hit the different buttons to change the different functions. Whereas if you're just using the app, it's real easy just to go through the different settings using the app. And you don't have to worry about reaching around to an area where you can't get to. In a clinic setting, what's nice about it is I can put this on a patient, be in a different room, and if I want to change some of the parameters, I can just do it right from the app without even having to go into the room to change it on the device. So what I would do is I would place the Ache-Away Cupper on different areas that I want to treat and just leave it like that. So it's going to depend on how long I leave it on, depending on the condition. But the nice thing with this is, again, you can control the amount of time that you're using this just from the app. Or you can just come in here and you can turn it off just by pressing the button. Now let's compare the Ache-Away Cupper with the traditional cups that I use in the office. One of the types of cups that I use in the office is called the Rock-Pod. Now this is probably the most basic type of cup that I'm going to use, and it's real simple. All you do is you want to put it over the area you want to treat, and then you just push down the kind of button on top, and then that provides the suction. So real basic, real easy to use. There are some downsides to this. One being, one, you can't see the tissue because it's just the silicone plastic and you can't see through that like a glass cup or the Ache-Away Cupper. And then 2, if you want to use a sliding technique with this cup, it's very difficult. So a sliding technique, if you want to kind of massage the area and go up and down the tissue, you have to let out a little bit of air. And when you do that, that just causes the Rock-Pod just to fall off. But what's nice about these two is being like this silicone rubber. When we use a dynamic cupping technique where we're going to have the patient go through some range of motion with the cups on, if these fall on the ground, I'm not worried about them breaking as opposed to some of the other cups. Another common type of cup that we use in our office is going to be the traditional plastic cup. So with this, what you're going to do is you're going to put it over the area you want to work. You're going to apply the little suction handle on there, and then you're basically just going to pump it up and then take it off. What's nice about these cups is it's easy to use. You just put it on there and do the suction pump. You can also see through the plastic cup to see how much tissue has been drawn up into the cup. One of the more important features of this cup is I can also do that sliding technique. So I can use this little stopper here, remove a little air, and now I can move the cup along the tissue. And so that's nice, again, if you want to get more of a kind of massage effect with this. You can also use these when we're doing dynamic cupping. You can put them on the tissue and then go through the range of motion. And again, because they're plastic, I've never really had that many break on me. They'll fall on the ground and then you just reapply them. But there's very low risk of this falling and breaking. Another advantage of these cups is they come in various different sizes and shapes. So if you're working on a shoulder and you need a more of a rounded one, they have a cup for that. Or if you have a small area, they have a very small cup or a large area. So now let's talk about the pros and cons of the Ache-Away Cupper. One of the main pros of this device is it combines dynamic cupping with the red light therapy and the massage effect. What's great about this product is you're getting the red light therapy and the cupping combined. And so typically we'd have to use two separate devices in order to get that effect. And you get it all in one device. Another pro of this device is it has variable cupping and massage. As opposed to the other devices, we can control just exactly how much pressure we want and the different types of massage within the treatment. Another pro of this device is it can be controlled using the app. I think this is a really important part, especially if you're using this at home. So if you're using it on your body and you can't reach the area, you can just use the app and control it that way. Or in the clinic setting, I can do this from a different room and I don't even have to go in and change it on the patient. A couple more pros about this device is it has 3 different size cups. So that's important if we're going to be working a larger area or a smaller area, we can just change out the cup size and put the appropriate size on. It also has a very long run time. It has a 3-hour run time. In an office setting, I rarely have to charge it, maybe every couple days if I'm using it a lot. And it charges up in about 2.5 hours, which is not bad. Now let's discuss some of the disadvantages of this product. At the time of this video, this product retails for $169. As opposed to some of the other devices such as the plastic cups where you can get a whole set for about $50. So it's going to be definitely more on the expensive side, but it also has a lot more technology built into it, and you get the effect of 2 devices in one. Another disadvantage of this device is it's heavier. So when we apply it on tissue, it tends to want to fall off more if it's not directly on top there. So that could be a problem if, again, maybe the suction comes off and it falls off onto the ground. Then it could break the device and then you wouldn't be able to use it. It does come with this lanyard, which again, you could apply and connect them. So if it does start to fall off, it'll catch it. But then it requires you to use the lanyard for any of these devices when you connect them together. Another downside to the Ache-Away Cupper is typically in a clinic setting, I use anywhere from 4 to 8 different cups. So if you're buying 4 to 8 different cups at $169, it's definitely more an expensive investment. But I think with the technology, it's worth it. So who is the Ache-Away Cupper for? I think the person that has been using cupping techniques already and they want to take their cupping to the next level, I would recommend people that are just getting into the technique of using cups to get one of the cheaper types of cups to try it out, see if you like the actual technique. And once you get proficient at using the cups, then I would invest in an Ache-Away Cupper to take your cupping to the next level. I do think for most clinicians, this could be a great device that you could use in the office. And again, you get the added benefit of the red light therapy in one device. If you have any questions about the Ache-Away Cupper, feel free to reach out to me at 703-912-7822.